a boy's coat. It's not a man's coat, darling. Oh, look at her. Oprah hug. Okay, would you like to introduce your sister?
Okay, up next is Amanda.
Nice job.
She didn't say it was a man's coat. She said it was Amanda's.
Amanda.
But that's okay. I get confused for a man all the time. You guys can see how that could happen, I'm sure. So, I'm pretty delightful, I'd say. I don't get mad or hateful or anything, but there is one thing in life I do hate, and that's people who can sexy dance. I was born kind of premature, and I think that I didn't have all my joints fully formed, because I can't do it. And it's not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing too. I feel really uncomfortable about rubbing my body on a random man and giving him a boner time. Also, in every club, there's like some creepy man with a lot of oil in his hair and a silk shirt. And I don't like sending him on a one-way ticket to Boner Town either. And I'd like to say that those creepy people should find creepy women, but creepers don't like creepers. I mean, I'm sure you've all experienced that. But I'll be honest, I do get blackout drunk from time to time. It takes like 3 drinks. But I think I sexy dance then. Just the reason why I think that is because people usually crowd around me and they don't cheer me on, but they stare at me. And, well, I'm just gonna show you guys. I've prepared a little song for you. It's a sexy song I know to make movement in men's pants. Okay, here we go. Salt and pepper's here, and we're in effect. Want you to push it, babe. Grooving all night and by day. Bringing up the stuff. Come on, girls, let's go. Show those guys that we know how to become number 1. Party show. Now push it. Push it good. I'll push it real good. This next bit will be a lot of breath, but it's just because I'm out of shape. Well, you know, as you guys know now, I have a lot of sex appeal, and men are lining up to date me. And I chose to date this guy who didn't have a car, and sorry, I'm just really out of breath, you guys. But he might as well just like handed over his penis to me because I like took on all the male responsibilities. Like I had to pick him up, and I had to like decide where we were gonna go to date, and like if I had to pump gas, I'd be like, no, you stay in the car and lock the door when I get out. There's a lot of weird people hanging around here. And like if we went to a bar, I'd order him like a Mandarin vodka and soda because I don't want him getting fat. And then, you know, like I'd get super protective if we were out. Like if anyone was staring at him, he'd have to talk me down. I'd be like, no, I'll cut that bitch's face. You know. And I also noticed I was grabbing my crotchal area like every 5 minutes. But he would always complain that he was broke, which was also really attractive. So I would just go over to his house and we'd hang out, aka bone. But the boning got boring, you guys. And he didn't have any food there, and so like usually once I had enough boning, I would just leave and go get food. But, you know, I don't want to end up alone, but things aren't looking so hot. And that makes me think it runs in the family, because my uncle, Stanley Arthur Pieper, he's all alone. It's because of this addiction he has. It's really sad, but he's 66 and he's living on a farm, and he's lived in the same bedroom his whole life, and he's never had sex or gotten married, or he's never left the state or the city. It's because he has an addiction to whole milk. Oh. And I mean, we've tried. He just won't kick the udder. And I mean, it's affected a lot. It's like affected his appearance. His closet is now only full of brown slacks and Green Bay Packers sweatshirts. And his hair, it's like a butt cut 70s style. It's just, you know, down the middle like a butt crack. And that's good. just shades his ears. And his health has taken a suffering too. I mean, he thinks upscale is Ponderosa buffet lines, but he's gotten food poisoning twice. He just keeps going back. And he's only got 8 teeth left because he hasn't been to a dentist. And we asked, why don't you go to the dentist? He goes, I don't need my teeth. Because, you know, it looks liquid. And I mean, his friends are bad, you guys. His friends, they're in the barn and they are like, milk us. And they're egging him on. And my friend Shane is who you're gonna see next. He knows a lot about drug use. And he said the first rule is to not get high off your own supply. And he's totally dipping into his own cream. But we tried to have an intervention with him. It was Christmas dinner, and we said, you can have wine or beer. And he got up all dramatic, and I was like, oh, this is Christmas, not all about you. And he left, and we were like, where's Stanley? And he came back, and he had some white stuff under his nose. And I was like, I know it's cream. So I don't want to be like him, you know. I want to contribute something to this life. So I've got this really great idea. I'm going to implement at prisons. I want them to clothe all of their prisoners in wool onesie uniforms because wool is really scratchy and it lets you know it's there. And if you have any excess fat, it's going to scratch. And you know, when you're b-balling outside the cell block, I can't imagine sports will be easy because one, it doesn't breathe well, and it doesn't stretch, and it's really hard to clean. You have to take it to a dry cleaner. That's why I don't have wool. But also, I think I'm gonna do a scale. 100% wool would obviously be for murder. 90% wool would be for child molester, because that's right up there too. 80%, I don't know math. 80% would be for rape, and then 100% spandex would be for gay hate crimes. Hey. And also, I think that they should have to raise their own sheep, and they're gonna get super attached, you guys, and they're gonna comb them and stuff, all together, and they're gonna make their own wool uniforms so they can add their own little personal touch, and maybe have pictures of sheep, and but then eventually I'm gonna make them kill them and eat them because life's not always fair, you guys. And if that doesn't work out and nobody likes that idea so much, I've got one more business plan, and it's for a nail salon. I don't know if you guys saw my nails, but they look like 8-year-old nails. They're Halloween colored, and I drew it on myself. I'm really special and I have a lot of time on my hands because no one wants to hang out. And but it's part of In the Motion too. It's going to be called Fingered by Amanda. And I think it's gonna be good. I think it's, I guess in this economy I have to expect that it's probably gonna start a little rough and maybe a little slow, but then I think it's gonna build up and it's gonna get really exciting. And then eventually, I just think it's gonna explode everywhere, all over this nation. I'm not gonna have to bartend anymore, because let's be honest, these will sag eventually, and what if I had a boob sag into an ice bin? I'd have to burn all the ice. Anyway, you guys don't know. But that's my get out of jail free card for when I need to get a new idea of what to do with life. So that's my time.